Hi, I'm State Senator Joe Markley. I'm here at the Capitol building with another update. It's been a little while since I've been in contact with you via video, and even though the legislature is out of session and this place is very quiet, kind of like a college campus on summer break, there's still a fair amount going on in terms of my own schedules, trying to have meetings with people. We're looking forward to legislation next year, trying to monitor the progress of the departments that I deal with and respond to constituent questions that I have back in the district. But it's interesting what's been going on politically up here to my mind. I think that we've had a couple of very bad weeks in the news for the state of Connecticut. And I sense maybe that things are getting a little out of control with the Malloy administration. One of these things was the resignation, I think a surprise to everybody, maybe including the governor, of the president of the Board of Regents for Higher Education. This Office of Higher Education is something that I've pointed to before as, in my opinion, a waste of money. Something that's been set up to administer colleges that already have their own administrative structure. And it's also been the source of a couple of scandals recently in terms of the compensation, in terms of a firing of a college president that necessitated actually paying two presidents for the same college. A lot of bad behavior. I think the resignation is probably good news, but the rather hasty way in which it took place and the ad hoc response of the governor indicated that it wasn't something that was planned on. It wasn't an orderly transition. You also had kind of a mini scandal about the hiring of well-connected young people for summer jobs here in the state. And that is, again, on an ethical level, to my mind, rather scandalous behavior. Apparently there's these summer jobs available. They were not publicly advertised. Instead, people who were connected got their kids these jobs, which paid better than minimum wage. They were attractive sounding jobs for a high school or a college kid. And I'm happy to see any kid working and making some money and learning good work ethic. However, when you're sitting up here in Hartford, you see the amount of need that we have here in an urban area, the need for jobs for young people to get them into the workforce for the first time. You hate to see those kinds of jobs go to people who already have the advantages of having being part of a prosperous family with well-connected relatives. I don't think that anyone, the governor included, could be proud of what came out in that scandal. We also had reports from the University of Connecticut that their budget already was in the red. Again, I feel like the University of Connecticut's a great institution. I'm proud that it's as good as it is. I feel like we're not in a position right now where we can continue to put more and more money into it. And we certainly have to expect fiscal discipline on their end. Since they've been, I think, very well funded, they certainly have to at least live within the funds that we're providing for them, which I think are already excessive. And the last thing I'd say, and maybe the most dramatic development, was an article in Forbes Magazine recently that attracted a lot of attention, although to my mind there was nothing new in it. The article, I guess part of it is to have a national publication with that kind of credibility say the same thing that many of us have been saying here in Connecticut for years, which is Connecticut has gotten itself into a terrible situation economically, and the way we have done it is through bad public policy, by raising taxes repeatedly, by refusing to bring our budget under control, and by getting ourselves in a debt crisis that really has not even hit home completely. I think the problems we have with our debt are much more severe than even the people loaning us the money seem to realize at the moment. If you didn't see that article from Forbes Magazine, there's an email address or a link on the screen that should take you to it. And I think it's worth reading. I warn you that it's rather depressing reading, but I'm hoping that we'll find enough will and fortitude up here to address the sorts of problems it raises. And I am glad to see them raised in a way that has attracted the attention of the state legislature, I believe, and I hope even more so the citizens of the state of Connecticut. So this is Joe Markley, and I will be back with another update from the Capitol in a couple of weeks. Thank you.